I'm Molly O'Mara with UMass Sports Network, here with new UMass basketball coach Matt McCall. Matt, welcome to Amherst.
I appreciate it. Really excited to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself for those of us who may not know and your path to Amherst.
Well, it's been a fast one, and a lot has transpired here in the last couple of days, and really excited to be here. You know, everyone that's been a part of my life to get me to this point. Born and raised in the state of Florida. My father played football at the University of Florida in the 60s. I tell people all the time, my dad was a linebacker. And unfortunately for me, I got the face of a linebacker and a body of a musician because my mom was a musician. So, you know, obviously, you know, growing up, had an unbelievable opportunity at the University of Florida as a student to start working for Coach Donovan, who's obviously a future Hall of Famer, and learning from him and growing in this business and growing as a coach in a wide variety of roles. To even start at the bottom as a student manager, work my way up to a graduate assistant coach, to a director of basketball operations, and then get my first assistant coaching job down at Florida Atlantic University with the Massachusetts native in Mike Jarvis. And it's where I met my wife, and we got together down there at Florida Atlantic, and then Coach Donovan hired me back as a full-time assistant at the University of Florida. And success breeds opportunity, and was there for 4 years as an assistant coach. And got my opportunity because of the success that we had at the University of Florida and because of the people that were around us. And got my first opportunity as a head coach at Chattanooga 2 years ago, and had a remarkable 2 years. One of our daughters was born in Gainesville. One of our daughters was born in Chattanooga. So there's a little piece of us in both those areas. And me and my family and my wife are really, really excited to be here.
Well, you said it best, success breeds opportunity. Let's take it through 4 SEC titles, 4 SEC tournament titles, 2 NCAA Elite Eights, a Final Four, and 2 NCAA titles during your time in Gainesville, over 11 seasons with Coach Donovan. You've certainly seen the game from so many angles. Talk about those experiences and being around those types of programs.
Well, you're only as good as your players on your team. And at Florida and at Chattanooga both, we had really, really good players. And, you know, as coaches and as a staff, we're never on the floor scoring baskets. And we were fortunate enough to have really, really good players. And it's more importantly than just having talented guys, it's about getting them connected on the floor. And I think if you look back even to the championship years at Florida, that team was extremely connected. If you look at our Final Four years and Elite Eight years, those teams were extremely connected. Same thing at Chattanooga when we win 29 wins, that team was extremely connected. And that's what you got to have. It's not just about talent, but it's about getting those guys connected out on the floor and playing the game the right way.
You said it first, certainly a whirlwind couple of days. Let's start first with your new home in the John F. Kennedy Champion Center. What was your first impression?
I was completely blown away. You know, when I started at the University of Florida, they had just built a practice facility. And the practice facility at Florida was one of the first ones, you know, ever established. And to walk into this building after being at Florida for 11 years and seeing the facility there, I couldn't be more impressed. The resources are here, the infrastructure is here. Everything is here to build a championship program and continue to build on all the success that this place has had, and I couldn't be more excited.
What was it about the opportunity at UMass that really spoke to you at first?
I think the tradition. Even before I stepped foot on campus, there's an enormous amount of tradition here. There's a standard here. That standard is to win championships, and that's been built here over time through terrific coaches, through terrific players. That's been built here over time. So that's the first draw for me. Obviously a terrific league, one of the best basketball leagues in the country, which makes UMass one of the best basketball jobs in the country. So even before stepping foot on campus, I knew how special of a place this was.
Son of a Florida linebacker and a musician, what's your earliest basketball memory?
Yeah, I got a lot of them. I'll never forget playing in the Boys and Girls Club, probably 7 years old, dribbling the ball up the floor. I tried to go through my legs and the ball went out of bounds. Not the best memory, but had a lot. Just fortunate to be around great people, even at a young age. And you know, the one thing I always really respected about my father was he never pushed me to play football. He wanted me to write my own path, have my own dreams, and he supported me. He was my dad the whole time. He was never a coach, and I just had the utmost respect for that as I grew up.
What's the best advice you received about coaching college basketball?
Be yourself. Be yourself and be humble. Always treat people the right way. You know, you look at the success that Coach Donovan had at the University of Florida and the success that he's having in the NBA. He was always himself, and he was always extremely humble, and he always put the program and the players first. And that's what we're going to try to do here. That's what we're going to do here, and that's the best advice that anyone's ever given me.
How would you describe your coaching style? Spoke a lot to connectedness and about the players first. Talk about that with us.
Well, I think getting those guys to obviously buy in right away from a style of play. We want to get up and down, we want to run, we want to press, we want to spread the floor. But for me, a lot of energy, high energy, trying to get those guys to play that way on the floor. I want the players to be a reflection of myself and our staff with how energetic we are and how much passion we have for the game.
2 years as a head coach at Chattanooga, 29 wins, trip to the NCAA in 2015-16, 19 wins in 16-17. Was year 2 as a head coach more of a challenge than year 1? Talk us through those years.
Well, I think anytime you're dealing with expectations, it's one of the hardest things to deal with in athletics. And we had a team there that obviously won a tremendous amount in my first year. That was a really, really connected unit through a coaching change. Sometimes when a coaching change happens, one of two things happen. Guys go their separate ways, or they really decide to come together and get bought in. And we lost, 4 huge pieces off the team that won 29 games. We lost another guy early in the season to an ACL injury. That set us back a little bit. And that connectedness, I'm trying to get new guys with returnees, trying to get those guys together, was a challenge at times. Still had a good year. Some of the adversity that we went through really felt like it prepared me even more for my next opportunity, and that's where we're at right now today.
What would UMass head coach Matt McCall tell Florida manager Matt McCall, having gone through the last 11 years?
Get ready for an unbelievable ride. Get ready for an unbelievable amount of people that will have a huge impact in your life. Always remember that. Never forget that. It's not just about the trophies, the championships, the rings, cutting down nets. It's more about the relationships we build along the way, and always treat people with the utmost respect and be humble as you go through this journey. But it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, and buckle your seatbelt because it's going to be fast.
Coach, thanks for spending some time with us. We look forward to seeing you on the Mullins Parquet soon. Molly O'Mara with UMass Sports Network.